In 1985, a young woman named Megan arrives at the Gamble family's home, where she has been hired to babysit. Shortly after settling in, she hears an unsettling noise coming from the basement. Curiosity gets the better of her, and she ventures downstairs to investigate. To her horror, she discovers a grotesque creature devouring the little girl she was supposed to care for. Panicked, Megan dashes toward the stairs, only to find Mr. Gamble standing at the top. Before she can escape, he slams the door shut, trapping her inside. As Megan meets her gruesome fate, a strange symbol is revealed, carved into the door. In the present day, a young man named Ben arrives in town to stay with his father, Liam, while his parents go through a divorce. Liam sets him up with a temporary job at the marina, where Ben meets a girl named Mallory. However, his time there isn't entirely pleasant, as he is antagonized by a wealthy and arrogant boy named Gage. Ben also notices his father growing close to a woman named Sarah, who works at the marina. Meanwhile, Liam's neighbor Abby and her son Dylan are exploring the woods when Dylan stumbles upon a tree marked with the same eerie symbol that had appeared at the Gamble house. As he examines it, he hears his mother's voice calling from within the tree, first sounding gentle, then turning harsh and aggressive. Suddenly, Abby appears behind him, pulling him away as the tree seems to vanish before their eyes. Later that evening, Abby and her husband Ty bring home a buck they hid on the road for dinner. While attempting to skin the animal, Abby accidentally causes its innards to spill out messily. They leave the carcass behind, but later that night, something crawls out of its remains. The following day, Ben befriends Dylan while working at the marina. Meanwhile, Abby is at home with her baby, Sam, when she notices something has broken into their house. As she steps away, the flowers around her wither almost instantly. That evening, Ben is supposed to have dinner with Liam and Sarah to get to know her, but he ditches them to attend a party with Mallory instead. At the party, Ben nearly shares a kiss with Mallory, but his drunken state causes him to throw up before anything happens. Another girl then invites him into the pool, and although he can't go in too deep due to his arm cast, she pulls off his underwear, humiliating him as part of a prank orchestrated by Gage. Embarrassed, Ben gathers his clothes and stumbles home drunk. When he arrives, he gets into a heated argument with his father, insulting Sarah in the process, an insult that she overhears. Later that night, Abby checks on Sam after noticing his crib is empty on the baby monitor. As she enters the room, she hears sickening crunching sounds, accompanied by blood seeping from beneath the crib. Before she can react, something grabs her and drags her underneath. The next day, after work, Liam stays late at the marina, so Sarah gives Ben a ride home. He apologizes for his previous behavior, and she decides to give him another chance. When Ben gets home, he finds Dylan hiding in fear, claiming that his mother is scaring him. Soon after, Abby arrives to take Dylan home, but Ben refuses to reveal where he is. However, when Ty appears, Dylan runs straight to him. Later, Ben sees Abby leading Dylan into the forest, but before he can follow, Liam stops him. That night, Abby returns and seduces Ty. The next morning, Ben oversleeps, missing a sailing lesson he promised to give Dylan. When he asks about it, Mallory tells him Dylan never showed up. Concerned, Ben goes to his house, but Ty denies having a son at all, acting as if Dylan never existed. Shaken, Ben later discovers a shattered picture frame in the trash containing a photo of Sam. Meanwhile, Abby whispers for something sinister into Ty's ear, causing it to bleed, while her body begins to decay in the shower. Growing increasingly suspicious, Ben researches a legend about a witch that possesses people and steals children. He sneaks into Ty and Abby's cellar, where he finds a defaced family photo, Ty's face scratched out, and another picture of Mallory and her younger sister, Lily. Realizing that Lily is the witch's next target, Ben calls Mallory to warn her, only to find that she has no recollection of having a sister. He races to save Lily, but he is too late. The witch has already claimed her, pulling her into the tree. Ben calls the police, but instead of helping, they arrest him for breaking into the neighbor's cellar, skipping work, and fighting with Gage after Gage dumped rotten fish into his father's boat. While alone with Sarah, he notices flowers wilting around her, realizing she has been possessed. When she suddenly attacks, he slashes her arm in defense, but the witch manipulates the situation. making it appear as though Ben randomly assaulted her in front of Liam. Arrested, Ben desperately pleads with his father to check the neighbor's house for proof of what he's been saying. During the drive, the officer transporting Ben suddenly stops near the beach and attempts to drown him, controlled by the witch. Before he can succeed, a dog attacks him. The officer, snapping out of his possession, realizes what he was about to do and, overcome with horror, shoots himself. Meanwhile, Liam investigates Ty and Abby's home, where he discovers their lifeless bodies in a disturbing shrine constructed by the witch. Sarah suddenly appears and stabs Liam in the back. Before she can strike again, Ben arrives and shoots her. The witch emerges from Sarah's corpse and lunges at Ben, but he manages to escape with his father as their house is consumed by flames. At that moment, Ben's mind clears, and he remembers something terrifying. The witch had made him forget his own little brother, Nathan. Determined to end things, Ben enlists Mallory's help to save their siblings. He douses the tree in lighter fluid while she spreads salt around it. Venturing inside, he finds the witch feasting on Dylan's remains. He manages to locate Nathan and pushes him outside to safety, but returns to search for Lily. A struggle ensues, but Ben prevails, rescuing Lily just as Liam arrives, ramming his car into the witch. In the aftermath, Ben prepares to return home with Nathan and their mother, while Liam goes to recover at his brother's house. Before parting ways, Ben and Mallory share a kiss, and she playfully tucks a flower into his hair before heading off to teach a sailing lesson. However, as Ben climbs into the car, he notices something chilling. The flower is artificial. A realization dawns on him. The witch is still alive, and she has now taken Mallory, who is left alone with 3 unsuspecting children. Do you think the creature was truly destroyed, or could it return in another form? Also, what would you do if you found out someone you knew had been replaced? Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.